Before we get on with the podcast, I wanted to let everyone know that I have 3 books available for sale on Kindle. Recommended Reading for the True Conservative, Bad Democrat, and Evil Liberal. All of them available for $3.99. And now, on with the podcast.
have trouble sleeping sometimes too. Like the other night. The other night I'm lying in bed and I cannot fall asleep. I'm just staring out my bedroom window for hours. I swear. I saw my next door neighbor murder his wife in their kitchen, then dispose of the body in garbage bags. Now I'm worried I'm next. Like, I don't think he saw me, but he sure as shit heard me clapping.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, Trump Tuesday, August the 18th, and this is The True Conservative. Welcome to all the butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers out there. I'm Ron, your host, and the only true conservative in the United States today. So today, after the Serenity Prayer and the patriotic song of the day, we will have Varney and Company and President Trump. All that and more when I get back. God, give us the grace to accept with serenity the things that cannot be changed, courage to change the things which should be changed, and the wisdom to distinguish the one from the other. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as a pathway to peace, taking, as Jesus did, this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it. Trusting that you will make all things right if I surrender to your will, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with you forever in the next. Amen. Varney and Company.
Tell you what, David, socialism is once again on the ticket. We'll see how people vote.
Just a simple question. Where has it ever succeeded? Not even in Sweden, as they're always saying. Well, there it's working. No. They got rid of it. It never works anywhere. All right, Cheryl, thank you. You got me going. I appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. I'm David Asman, in for Stuart Varney. Stuart's going to be back tomorrow. Let's get right to the markets. Futures under some pressure this morning. The S&P futures down about 0.5%. The Nasdaq off more than 1%. The Dow is just down a fraction, as Cheryl was just saying. It's improved a little bit in pre-market activity. Meantime, Treasury yields are moving higher. The 2-year 4.19, the 10-year at 4.7. And look at this. The 30 years at 5.32. If that sounds high, get this. This is the highest it's been since June of 2007, 19 years ago. Well, President Trump, meanwhile, is taking a harder line on Iran. He says Iran wants to make a deal, but he won't accept unnecessary terms. Oil is right now hovering at about 85. It's a little above 85 right now. Plus, a big primary battle in Florida today. Why this race could amount to the Democratic Socialists of America's last stand. Will Florida Democrats vote for DSA-backed Oliver Larkin? It is Tuesday, August 18th, the middle of August. Varney and Company.
And the ass man is back because Stuart just can't resist the opportunity to take a day off. Non-profit news now. Back in a minute. Thank you. When conservatives validate themselves, liberal supply dries up. You're no longer a source. You're a mirror, reflecting back liberal emptiness instead of absorbing chaos. That kind of strength is like a fortress to liberals, impenetrable, cold, invincible. So yes, they'll hate it, but that's not your concern. Your concern is rising above the dysfunction, not entertaining it. To validate yourself is to stop waiting for permission to feel worthy. It's to stop believing that your value depends on how well you please the unpleasurable. It's to reclaim your narrative and say, I don't need liberal applause to know I'm doing well. I don't need liberal acceptance to walk tall. That's not ego. That's healing. That's transformation. That's what liberals fear most. Someone who sees clearly and stands firmly even when no one claps. So, build that foundation inside. Speak truth to yourself. Celebrate your quiet victories. Confront your flaws without shame. And most of all, remind yourself daily that your value isn't a negotiation. It's a revelation. And once you've seen it, really seen it, there's no going back. That's how you break free. That's how you win. That's how you make the liberal irrelevant. Not with hatred, but with unshakable, unapologetic self-worth. When you achieve success, especially without a liberal's involvement, you strip away the foundation upon which they've built their sense of superiority. Liberals thrive on being the center of attention, always positioning themselves as indispensable, often taking credit for what they don't contribute to. They want to be the puppet master behind every accomplishment, every victory, regardless of whether they've earned it. The mere thought of someone succeeding without their influence, without them taking the spotlight, is a direct affront to their inflated self-esteem. It's a challenge to their very identity. But the truth is, success is not a product of someone else's manipulation or control over you. Success is the culmination of your own hard work, dedication, and personal growth. When you rise and claim achievements on your own terms, untainted by liberal interference, you send a clear message, not just to them, but to everyone around you. You are capable. You are enough. You don't need liberal validation or approval to thrive. The liberal, on the other hand, cannot tolerate the conservatives' rise because the moment you shine without them, the moment your success no longer requires them to be part of the equation, they feel the sting of insignificance. They crave the role of gatekeeper, the one who decides who succeeds and who folds. when that power is taken away from them, when someone proves they can achieve greatness on their own, it exposes their irrelevance. Your growth becomes the liberals' nightmare. It forces them to confront the uncomfortable truth that they were never as essential as they believed. For a liberal, everything is about control. They want to maintain a chokehold of your accomplishments, feeding off the admiration and recognition that comes with it. When you find success in your own right, it's a direct challenge to their control over you. It threatens their narrative that they are the indispensable force behind everything. Liberals often have a fragile ego beneath their grandiose exterior, and your success without them is like a mirror reflecting their deep insecurities and self-doubt. You see, liberals need to be needed. They want to be your source of validation, your reason for triumph. But when you prove you don't need them, it breaks the illusion they've carefully crafted for themselves. It tells them that their presence in your life, their influence, is inconsequential. This is what truly burns them. The truth that they aren't needed for you to succeed, and more powerfully, that their manipulation and control didn't shape your journey one bit. So, rise and unapologetically rise in your own power. Do not shrink or dim your light to appease them, or anyone else for that matter. Your success is yours to own, not to be shared or divided with someone who would claim your achievements as their own. When you flourish, when your growth and accomplishments speak for themselves, you expose the liberals' hollow claim to significance. You reveal the truth of who you are, and it's far beyond anything they can try to control. In their eyes, your independence is a failure on their part. Back in a minute. Thank you, and now, Dr. Berg.
Today we're going to talk about what would happen if you chewed one clove daily for just 7 days. Recently I did a deep dive into the research on clove, and it blew me away. Wait till you hear what this spice can do for your body. Everyone has cloves in their pantry, and all you have to do is chew it every single day. And I think most people know it's a natural painkiller, especially for a toothache. The natural chemical in clove is called eugenol. And the properties of this eugenol, which is in cloves, can mimic the effects of lidocaine, but cloves do it without any side effects. But it doesn't just work for toothaches. It works systemically on a lot of other inflammatory conditions, arthritis, swelling, joint pain, anything itis, because it's a very potent anti-inflammatory. In certain studies, it mimics the effects of NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen, and without the side effects. Certain properties in cloves have potent antimicrobial effects, even with antibiotic-resistant bacteria as well, but also with fungus, viruses including herpes simplex 1 and 2, candida, and even in certain parasites like malaria. It mimics the effects of antibiotics without disturbing the good bacteria. Apparently, clove oil breaks open biofilms, which is this calcium protective layer around bacteria. Clove can actually break that up, so your immune system can kill the bacteria. And another mechanism of why it works is that eugenol literally shuts off the energy source to a pathogen, starving that pathogen of energy so it can't reproduce. Another interesting effect of clove is what it can do for blood sugar. Apparently it can make insulin more sensitive, creating effects like metformin, but in a mild form. Clove has cancer-fighting properties as well, working similar to certain chemotherapy. The research on this I'll put down below involves several studies. One are lab studies on cancer cells, as well as animal studies. And no, there's no human studies done thus far. The effects are the inhibition of cancer cell growth, and that study was from 2017 Journal of Molecular Oncology Research. Other effects of clove include detoxification of the liver. And then we get into another interesting blood thinning effect, very similar to aspirin. It can help prevent clots that could end up being either a heart attack or even a stroke. You cannot use any of these claims when you're talking about cloves. And it's not because cloves don't work or create a positive effect on your body. It's basically because medicine owns disease. Legally, if a natural remedy improves a disease state, it is classified as a drug. And if someone prescribes or recommended that drug for that disease condition, they're practicing medicine without a license. If you even take a bottle of any natural remedy, you'll notice that there's a disclaimer. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, mitigate, which means lessen or prevent any disease. We have to put these claims on all of our nutritional supplements that it basically doesn't help you. It doesn't do anything. Unfortunately, medicine has a monopoly over disease. And God forbid that any natural remedy ever cures anyone. Because when you start curing people, boy, are you going to get in trouble. You're going to be called a quack. You're going to be practicing medicine without a license. I mean, I just find this so bizarre. Only drugs can cure or treat disease. My question is, can a drug actually heal you? Drugs manage symptoms, and that's really what it's all about. And my 2 cents on this is, okay, fine. If you want to take full responsibility for diseases and healthcare, go ahead. But make sure you really get results. And unfortunately, we know that drugs don't actually heal the body, and our medical system does not work. It's super expensive. People are not getting healthier. I know so many people on at least 6 to 10 drugs managing their symptoms, but they're not really getting healthier. And unfortunately, when I was in practice, the scope that I was given was very, very, very thin. Even if someone wasn't getting results with medicine, what I've been doing is focusing on health. And that's something that medicine doesn't focus on. They don't focus on diet. They don't really talk about nutritional deficiencies. They're not trained in that. Making sure that all your organs and your body is not dependent on some other thing like a drug. I did digress on this topic. Let me get back to cloves, a simple home remedy that can do a lot. Because I'm not selling anything, there is freedom of speech for me just to tell you what's in some of the research on certain natural remedies. And what makes this dialogue legal is my disclaimers, okay, in the description. Basically, this video is not intended to help you in any way other than to educate you on the benefit of cloves. So on that note, there's a couple more things that cloves can do. Number 1, it can help boost your mood. Number 2, it can help get rid of gas and bloating very quickly because it increases certain enzymes in your digestion. Cloves have a higher ORAC, which is an antioxidant scale, than blueberries. Cloves help decrease mucus, and it can also help you with breath if you have bad breath. Couple different ways to take cloves. You can just chew on a clove and then swallow it 1 a day. You can take clove oil and put it directly on a joint that's inflamed. And you can even grind a clove and put it in a smoothie. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
And that was Dr. Berg. Back in a minute. Thank you. And now, motivation.
I don't care what family you were born into, what side of town you were born to. At some point, if you live in this life, you're going to face disappointment. You're going to face defeat. You're going to face devastation. Life is going to beat you upside your head. Before you blow up, life will strip you to the core. Life is going to punch you in your mouth. We all get knocked down. It's okay. There ain't nothing wrong with you. It's a part of the process. It's a part of the journey. It's how you grow. It's how you get better. Failure is not falling down. Failure is staying down. It's not in falling that makes us failures. It's in not getting up that makes us failures. And you get to decide if you get up or you don't get up. I need you to find that warrior within you. That spirit that never surrenders. Every human has what it takes to get past whatever they're going through. If they decide to push through it. Push through it. Tragedy and trials come to everybody. Only the strong survive. It's not what happens to you. It's how you respond to what happens to you that decides if you're going to be successful or not. We all going to go through pain. Some of us stay there. We all go through pain, but some of us stay on the ground and cry about it. Some of us get up. Some of you have been knocked out by life, and you got up and saw the blood, and you, he hit me. Every single time you come up against heat, you run. You will never be a diamond like that. You will never be a diamond every time there's pressure. You want to break. Y'all running from pain. Y'all running from challenges. Do you understand it is the difficulty that's going to prepare you and take you to that next level? Get emotional if you must. Cry if you must. Get it out. But get your butt back up after you finish crying and put a time limit on the grind. Sometimes in life, you have to hit back. You better grind, because if you don't, you'll be stuck at that adversity for the rest of your life. But you're going to cry. But what I don't want you to do when you cry is say, I can't believe this has happened to me. It's over. No, when you start crying, you say, yep, I'm a step closer to success. I'm closer than I've ever been before. It's not always going to be easy. They're not going to give it to you. They're not going to give you success. They're not going to put it on the platter. But if you're willing to work for it, if you're willing to put the sweat, the blood, the tears, if you're willing to earn it, you can have it, you can do it, you can be it. It's your dream. It don't belong to nobody else. You take ownership of it. It ain't nobody else's. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Ain't nobody supposed to give you nothing. It's yours. By any means necessary. You take it. You conquer. You are a warrior. You conquer. You make it happen. And sometimes if you're going to be successful, it's not how smart you are. It's not how strong you are. It's how much you can outlast stuff. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. But if you're weak, you will be broke. And I'm not here because I'm the best. I'm here because they tried to break me and they couldn't. I don't care if it's impossible. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how difficult it is. I don't care what the obstacle is. I will find a way to get through the obstacle to get what I need. I can because I have the ability to. I will because I'm strong. I must because they count on me. It's going to rain sometimes. I will. You're going to feel discouraged sometimes. I will. No matter what the obstacle, I will. I will my way through every situation, every trial, every tribulation. I will my way through it. I will. I must. I must get this done. And it's necessary that you take charge, that you begin to stand up with inside of yourself, that you dry your tears and you're not given the luxury of feeling sorry for yourself, that you got to get in a fighting mode. You can't surrender. You can't be a chump. You got to fight back. You got to stand up and start. So wait a minute, what is it I need to do? You got to make yourself move even if it hurts. This is not the time to tap out. That test might not go away. That pain might not go away. That fight might not go away. You are a warrior. It's time for you not to back up, not to give up, not to give in. It's time for you to fight. If you do not give up, if you do not give in, if you fight back, you can beat it. You can beat it. I know you can beat it. Pain is temporary. It might last for a second. It might last for a minute. It might last for an hour. It might last for a week. It might last for a day. It might last for months. But sooner or later, if you do not surrender, if you do not give up, if you do not give in, it will subside.
And that was motivation. Back in a minute. Thank you. Now, meditation 852 hertz. And that was a little bit of meditation, 852 hertz. Back in a minute. Thank you. And now, this.
Few verses in the Bible are quoted more often than this one. Judge not, that you be not judged. For many people, the conversation ends there. If you call sin, sin. If you confront false teaching, if you challenge someone's actions, you're told, Jesus said not to judge. But did he? Matthew chapter 7, Jesus begins, Judge not, that you be not judged. The Greek word is krino. It means to judge, to evaluate, to distinguish, to render a verdict. The word itself is not always negative. In fact, the New Testament repeatedly tells believers to exercise discernment. The question is not whether Christians should judge. The question is how. Look at what Jesus says next. Why do you see the speck in your brother's eye, but fail to notice the log in your own? Notice the problem. It isn't that the man sees the speck, he sees it correctly. The problem is that he is blind to the log in his own eye. Then Jesus says something almost everyone skips. You hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. Think about that. Jesus never says, leave the speck where it is. He expects the speck to be removed, but only after the person examining it has first examined himself. This is not a prohibition against moral judgment. It is a condemnation of hypocritical judgment. The rest of the New Testament confirms it. Only a few verses later, Jesus says, beware of false prophets. How can you beware of a false prophet without making a judgment? He even says, you will recognize them by their fruits. Recognition requires discernment. The Apostle Paul tells the church to judge serious sin within the Christian community. And in John's Gospel, Jesus says, do not judge by appearances, but judge with righteous judgment. Notice that. He doesn't say, never judge. He says, judge rightly. That changes everything. Jesus was never asking his followers to abandon discernment. He was demanding something much more difficult. Judge yourself before you judge someone else. Remove your own hypocrisy before correcting another person. Because truth without humility becomes self-righteousness. But humility without truth becomes compromise. Jesus calls his followers to neither. He calls them to righteous judgment. A judgment that begins with the mirror before it ever points to someone else.
And that was that. Back in a minute.
What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about we the people choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Nobody has a chronic disease burden like we have. Why are we allowing this to happen to our children? Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative.
America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing.
Don't you want healthy children? Don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again?
I come to you today as a former Democrat. I will be a first-time Trump voter tonight.
People dreamed this country, and it's the people who are making America great again.
Thank you. This is Ron, your host, the only true conservative in the United States today, bidding adios to all the butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers out there, and reminding you that no one is neutral and that the government has no rights.